Evening everyone, welcome to Bittersweet Bipolar. My name is Ash and this is the page where you can follow my very own bipolar journey. I hope you are all having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, day, night, wherever you are. For those who haven't seen my videos or visited the page, just to introduce you all very quickly again, this is my little sister Jessica.
Hi.
And she is helping me with a couple of videos at the moment for the page for Bittersweet Bipolar. So in the last video, part 1 of growing up with a sister who has bipolar, I was asking Jessica what she thinks bipolar disorder is. So we were talking a little bit about that. I was also asking her how it makes her feel when I'm in different episodes as well. So we had a little discussion about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just a recap there. When I'm in a high episode, mania episode, how did you see it make you feel when I was in a high episode?
Happy.
Happy. And what about when I'm in a low manic episode?
Upset.
Upset, is it? Okay, so just a little recap there. And what do you think bipolar is? What is it?
Bipolar is where your moods can change really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So one minute you're happy and then the next you're sad and then angry.
Yeah, very
basically.
good. That's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. So yeah, that was part 1 of the video. So we're just going to jump straight into part 2. So yeah, also in the last video, Jessica mentioned that they have been learning about mental health in school. We've had some lessons on it. And I think a really important thing that Jessica did say was that they've learned that, you know, everyone isn't perfect, that there is people who are different, that it's okay to be different, and most importantly, never to judge anyone. So Jessica, why do you think that's so important?
Well, I think that it's important because it's not people who do have disabilities, it's not their fault that they were born like that.
Yep, exactly. And why should you never judge anyone?
Well, because it can make people feel really upset and it can mess with their head.
Yeah, exactly. You've got a really, really good point there. Really good point. So yeah, the reason why we both think that is such an important thing, and she does make a really valid point. There is such a stigma around mental health, and I think if we introduce, you know, lessons in education, educate children from a young age, it can help stem out that stigma. And I think overall, I think that's such a positive impact for mental health going forward. Of course, for many, many years, mental health has been such a taboo subject, and you know, years ago you couldn't really talk about it with anyone. It was sort of a hidden thing. No one talked about it. But now there is so many different resources, people are more open, and you know, people feel like they can discuss it a bit more freely, which I think is an absolutely brilliant thing moving forward. So what I want to know, Jessica, is, do you feel that you could talk openly with, you know, family? We'll say family for now. Do you feel you can talk openly about your mental health?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you aware of your mental health, of when you feel happy and sad, and why you feel happy and sad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you wanted to talk about the way you were feeling, say if you were feeling a little bit upset about something, or just upset in general, who would you go to talk about that?
Well, probably either you or Mum.
Me or Mum?
Yeah.
Yeah. And would you feel comfortable talking about that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you talk about it to your friends, or have you talked about it to your friends before?
Maybe, it depends what it is.
Yeah, just maybe. You feel more comfortable talking to your family about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you do find a lot of people, I think it just depends, to be honest, on, well, what sort of family you've got. I mean, we're really lucky, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're so lucky to have the family that we have. Mum is absolutely brilliant. You know, we're so comfortable all talking amongst each other. And to be honest, what gets us through it the most is we joke about everything. I think you've got to joke about things, and we probably hit below the belt with our jokes. I mean, God forbid if someone overheard us talking, because we really take the mick, don't we? We bad jokes about our mental health, we really do. But you know what? Humour is what has got us through such a hard time, through difficult times, hasn't it, Jess?
Yeah.
And I think that's why we don't take ourselves too seriously, because if we didn't joke about and use humour to get through those difficult times, I don't think we would have made it. And that's probably one of the big coping mechanisms that we all use as a family and individually. We just laugh and laugh our way through things, because yes, we take things seriously, but if we didn't use humour to get through it, I don't think we would have overcome it at all. I don't think we would have overcome the struggles and the difficult times that we've all experienced together and alone. Another thing as well that I did want to mention just really quickly, I haven't done a video on this yet, but a lot of people kind of look at me as the girl with bipolar, and that is all I am, the girl with bipolar. And I think it's really important for you yourself not to believe, or really let anyone else believe, but more importantly you, that you are so much more than your mental health condition. I don't let bipolar define me. Now, I did years ago, I let it take over my life, but now I'm the one taking control. I'm so much more than the girl with bipolar. I'm so much more. I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend, you know, I really am. I'm so much more than to the girl who's got bipolar. And I think that's really important for people out there who are suffering from a mental health condition. You are so much more than that condition. You just really are, and you shouldn't let it control your life. Although I know it does and it's difficult, but as a person, do not let that define you, because you were amazing and you're just so much more than that, so much more. Anyways, moving on, I've actually got a couple of questions again for Jessica in regards to bipolar. So Jessica, if someone like me was feeling down and upset, what advice, or what would you do? What would you say to them?
Well, I would tell them to go and talk to someone about whatever they're worrying and stressing about, and to go distract themselves by doing housework like you, or going for a walk.
Excellent. I mean, what I do is I listen to music a lot. I've always got my headphones in, even if I'm on a high. I tend to distract myself by having music in my ears pretty much all day and all night, or I go for a walk, or I spend time with my little gorgeous sister. She is such a big distraction for me. She really does cheer me up, and she helps pull me through those episodes. So I'm really grateful for that, Jessica. I really am. I can't thank you enough, you know. I really can't, and I'm so proud of her to come on camera and to talk to you all about her, me and bipolar. I think she's so brave. She honestly, I'm just so proud of her. So yeah, Jessica, I totally agree with you. I think it's really important that you should talk to someone, even if you don't feel like it, because it is difficult. I mean, when you're feeling upset, sometimes you just don't want to talk to anyone, do you?
No.
You just want to hide away. But I think it's definitely a good thing just to you don't even have to go into it, just to tell someone that you're feeling that way. I think it's just important just to at least tell one person, and you know, if you can get help, totally take it. I would definitely take it. But yeah, I distract myself when I'm feeling down and things like that. And of course, like I say, I've got a great support network at home, so for me that is such a big help. So anyways, Jessica, can I ask you, you know, when I'm in my different episodes, in my different moods, is there anything that worries you? Do you have any worries when I'm in different episodes, or any concerns?
Not really, because I know that you deal with it well.
And you know that I will reach out to Mum.
Yeah, if you did need anything.
If I did need any help, or if I was struggling too much, I do reach out.
Yeah.
I've learned that over the years, to make myself reach out, and I think it's about retraining your brain to be able to do that, because when you're in that sort of state, you're not thinking rationally, and I do have to keep reminding myself and telling myself, you know, you're going too far in this episode. You need to stop isolating. You need to reach out. And I think although it worries Mum, I think it kind of gives her a bit of relief as well, because I'm reaching out and I'm telling her how I feel. So then she knows how to help me manage that feeling. So I think that's important, to reach out to someone and just get as much help as you can. Honestly, I cannot stress it enough. You've got to talk to someone. and you'll feel a bit better as well. I think when you talk to someone, you feel so much better. The problem shared or the problem halved, isn't that right? So Jessica, has there ever been times where my episodes has affected your life?
Yes.
There is. So can you tell us about them?
Well, there was a few times where me and Mum had to wake up in middle of the night. It was like really late and we had to come over.
Yeah.
But I didn't mind because I like sleeping at yours. And then there was some times where we had to cancel plans to come and like see if you were okay and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was that time when you were in the hospital.
Yeah. And Mum had to wake up, didn't she?
Yeah.
You just had to come down and spend the night in the hospital with us. So yeah, I know a lot of, I do feel quite a bit of a burden to other people, and I know they tell me not to because they care about us and they'll do anything. I know Mum and you would do anything for me, and I would do the same for you as well. I really would. But yeah, it does affect other people's lives. It does affect your loved ones as well. Like my partner has had to change many plans before because of the way I've been feeling and my behaviour when I've been in episode, and I know it really worries him. I know he stresses so much about it. So yeah, but what I wanted to say earlier on is when we were on about mental health, talking about it with children, I was just about to say, if any of you have got children and you suffer from mental health conditions, I'm just wondering if you talk to your children about your mental health conditions and just how you approach that subject with them. I think the advice that we could both give people on this is talk to your child about it, reassure them that it's not their fault, and I think that's the most important thing, isn't it? When I'm feeling down and upset, I sometimes say things that I really don't mean. I sometimes say things in the heat of the moment, and I don't mean them at all. And Jessica knows not to take things like that personal. My mum and my partner know not to take things like that personal because I'm in such an irrational state. I don't really know what I'm saying, and as soon as I say it later on, I totally regret it. But yeah, I think it's really important to remind and to reassure that child that the way you're feeling and the way you are acting, it's not their fault. I cannot stress that enough. It is not their fault, because you've got to think of being in their situation. They don't really know what's going on, and I think that's why you need to sit down and talk to them just in simple terms. Just tell them how you feel and why you feel like that, and what they could do to maybe help manage you in a sense. I think it's good to sit down and make a plan and get them involved in that and make them feel like they're involved and sort of know what's going on. Do you think that's a good idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've done that with you, haven't we? From Jessica being a really small age, she doesn't know any different. Like I say, this is like a normal thing to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think to us it seems unnormal that other people don't think it's normal because we've made it we're quite vocal about that sort of thing, and we're really comfortable and open about talking about it. So another thing I was actually wondering about asking Jessica, and I think this is quite important, I'm very curious about this. So Jessica, do you think that children of any age, do you think children can suffer from mental health issues?
Yeah, because I had a friend and she fell down all the time.
Right.
And sometimes she lashed out and didn't realise.
Yeah.
So when we were playing games, like I had to compromise with her a bit, just so she didn't get a bit upset about it or anything.
Yeah, getting more upset.
Yeah.
And do you think that's difficult for your friend?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Do you think they feel like that every day?
Yeah, I think most of the time.
But do you think it makes it a little easier on them because they can talk to you about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they feel like they can come to you about it and they're comfortable about coming to you.
Yeah.
And of course, I think it helps a lot because you understand a bit better, I think, than what some people, I mean even adults, I think you understand better than some adults, to be honest. I really do. I think you're totally amazing. I really, really do. So do you think that when, say for example, I'm trying to think, So do you think that a child can suffer from any mental health condition, or do you think there's only certain ones?
I think they can suffer from any.
Any?
Yeah.
And
well, mostly.
Most, yeah. And do you think that could be from any age, or does it have to be from a certain age?
I think it can be any age really.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing stopping you from feeling down sometimes and like having mental health and everything.
Yeah, it's just the way people's brain works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And our brains all work differently, our mind all functions totally differently. We all have different thoughts, worries. Yeah, I totally agree with you there. And it can happen to children from any age. And unfortunately, I do feel so much for children that it does happen to from an early age, like such as myself. It wasn't very nice, but like I say, I've got a great support network, so that did help push me through difficult times. Big time. It did really, really help. So yeah, that is all for part 2 for now. We'll probably come back and do a part 3. It's just it's getting a bit late now, and I can't be staying up too late, but we did want to finish a part 2, didn't we? Yeah, so yeah, I think what we've learned what I've learned in the video is that children from any age, they are very clever, and I think it's important to talk to them about mental health, and just I think it's just an important part of life. I think everyone should know about mental health. I think it's important that we help children understand as they're growing up about different signs and symptoms and how to react to how they're feeling, and to talk with someone.
When you're younger, you can click on things easier as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as in, like, information.
Older, you won't like, because when you're older, you forget things a bit more easily, but when you're younger, your brain's more new
I
and
get
everything.
You. So the information kind of instills in your brain a bit more. Yeah, so when you're younger, you take things in better.
Yeah.
I get what she means now. Right, no, that's a really good point actually, because children's minds are like a sponge. They absorb everything. That's what you were saying, weren't you?
Yeah.
That's such a good point. Well done. You're just right though. I think if we can sort of mould children into understanding better, I think it's half the battle, to be honest, in stamping out that stigma on mental health. So yeah, I think we'll leave it for now. Part 3 we'll probably do next week or something, but in the meantime, if you can comment or message me with feedback, because all the feedback that I've had so far of part 1 is just absolutely amazing. It's all so positive as well, and we can't thank you enough, can we? We're really, really happy with the comments and the messages. They're all just so lovely as well, and they're really helpful, because, well, not only are you telling us, you know, that you're happy with the video and that you've enjoyed watching it, but you're letting me know about your own experiences as well. And I really enjoy learning about how other people sort of deal with the condition. I'm really curious about that. I like to see if it's similar to the way I deal with it. So yeah, we'll probably come back for part 3, and like Jessica said, that it's okay to be different. It's totally fine, and you should never judge anyone. I think that's really important. Good one, Jessica. So yeah, that is all from us. I hope you make good choices,
Enjoy the little things,
and have a wonderful and weird day. Bye.